Rogue, you got a problem with PlanetSide 2 on the PS4. When people uh, deploy Sundies on hills, um, the people that spawn to those Sundies will end up being leaning to the side, and the reason why is because for some reason you're adjusting the up vector for the person according to the spawn point, and that is making it so that they lean whenever they're on flat land. It also makes them lean whenever they're on the hill, so they'll be leaning with respect to the hill. They'll be oriented with respect to the hill rather than being with respect to up, because that's what the up vector is for, is to keep your character upright even whenever it's not, when it's on an incline. And I don't know if you've got an up vector or if it's something else, but I believe that this is ruining it for a lot of people. And you've got to get it fixed ASAP. And it really exploits just how bad your coders are whenever they can make mistakes like this, and also exploits the fact that you guys probably don't ever use the PS4 version or play it, which is neglect. And I'm thinking about putting together a class action lawsuit against you guys for other reasons. For, in particular, that CQC is a myth, that because of internet latency, it is not possible. And so I'm thinking about getting some people together and putting a fraud, consumer fraud lawsuit together. Because I mean, you guys are trying, but the thing is that you're not trying hard enough, and you need to come clean with some stuff, because you know that the only reason why they're the only guys that have this game, this massively multiplayer first person shooter, the only reason why you have it in the first place is because it's a fantasy. It's a fantasy that people want to have, but it is not a reality. It is in some cases it's you guys probably have to water down the input in order for the to determine who got the upper hand in any kind of gunfight. That there isn't that much accuracy, and I don't know how you compute or determine the. But when people into a gunfight, the stats for the person that they're fighting against, it looks like they never got hurt, and that really bums people whenever they see that sort of thing. So you need to be also determining if the feedback is correct on the information collected from the enemy when at the end of a fight, to properly collect information about the shields and the health of the enemy so that they can see that they had an effect. This sort of problem is called a lack of proper feedback. And a lack of proper feedback can make consumers really frustrated, and because it's kind of like pressing a button on a TV remote, and then the TV changing the channel after about 2 or 3 seconds. That's improper feedback. In other cases, it's pressing the channel and the TV might be in some other mode, so it's not responding to that, and it'll cause people to go over and slap their TV and turn it off, turn it back on. In the worst case scenario, if somebody's really stressed and they're like watching football and their team is about to lose, and that happens, then they'll probably go and toss the chair through their TV set, without really thinking about it, just being completely frustrated and upset. So that's the kinds of things that you need to be dealing with in your software is, and you need to be playing your games. I mean, if you're not playing your games and you're coding your games, I mean, if you're not intent on playing the games, why are you even developing the product? Okay. And so you need to have a love for your products, because if you don't, why are you even in this business?